Okay, it's amuse-bouche time. Amuse-bouche really in France translates kind of to, we're going to get your belly ready to eat. It's just kind of a starter. It's not even an hors d'oeuvre. It's just a real light, one bite type of thing, and we're making lobster nachos. So here's what we've got. We've got wontons. These are just regular wontons you buy at the store. We have lobster, one-tailed lobster, terrific, just boiled as you would in crab oil or something. Avocado, tomatoes, got to have a little heat, jalapeno, and green onion and red onion. All we do, this is a very simple dish. We're going to throw all this together. About that much there. And I'm going to put a little bit of this in here because I'm actually going to use this as a garnish. And what I'm going to do now is take all this and assemble it so you can see it. Well, there we go. You see that I've got it all plated. It looks beautiful. Here's what I love about them. See, it makes a little handle. This is how you eat a amuse-bouche. The special ingredient, sweet soy sauce all over. Man, they're gonna love this. Better get some more martinis. All right, that was fun. I'll tell you what, I had to go in the next room and get my dressing for this next dish. This is kind of a surprising dish. We have fennel. You saw me shaving it up with a mandolin, and we did it with a mandolin because we have to get this so thin, absolutely so thin. I can just about see through that because fennel has a licorice flavor to it, and it's very fibrous. So if I cut it up with a knife, I can't get it thin enough. It's a little bit too fibrous. Here we've just got scallops. I got some corn, sweet corn that I roasted over the grill, and I'm getting ready to take these scallops and show what my oven does. My stove does great. Nice pan. You see how I heated that pan up. It's actually smoking, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to throw that in, and these are going to be done and finished so fast. Always salt and pepper these, and don't overdo them. Most people overdo their scallops, so you really want the inside to be a little bit opaque. So what's that mean? You take them out of the refrigerator about an hour before you're going to use them. Let them warm up a little bit so the inside's not cold when you cook it. And you want to have that scallop at that exact right temperature. Now what's happening is don't touch it and look at it. Don't touch it. Right now what's happening is we're caramelizing the sugars coming out of that. I'm going to turn this down a little bit and get some smoke out of here. So it's caramelizing. I'm going to take this and flip it and you're going to see how perfect this is on the bottom. If you don't know when to do something, the scallop's going to tell you. Do you see how that's still stuck? When it lets go on its own, just like that one did, voila. You see that? Already got that perfectly caramelized outside flavoring that we all love in scallops. A little more salt, a little pepper there, and I'm going to assemble this thing, and you'll see how great it really turns out. So let's see, a few more minutes will be good. Now, assembly is very simple. We just take a plate. You know what I do with my plates? Again, fun little plate. You don't need a lot of this. Just a little bit of fennel, just like that, a little bit of that. And that is looking fantastic. And we're going to take that and drop one on top, let it rest there. We're going to sprinkle some corn around the outside of that. Few little grape tomatoes. And now we take our tarragon vinaigrette that has been marinating overnight, and we're going to put that right over the top. And what an interesting dish this is. We have grapes, the flavor of fennel and the scallops, and it's toasted perfectly, and this is going to be good. So we got to get this going. Okay, so they are now on to their, what is that, fifth course. We started out with a little champagne. We moved to a rosé wine to go along with the amuse-bouche and with the fennel and scallops. And now we're going to move to a Pinot Noir. And this is what I told you about, that we're going to be doing a pasta rolled with red peppers on it. And this is the turkey cutlets that I talked about. Now I want you to take a look at that. That's a great turkey cutlet. Now I've taken them and I've actually pounded them just a little bit. You can buy these at the local grocery store, very inexpensive. Looks like veal, tastes like veal when you do it right. So I'm going to start off here. I've got a hot pan again. I'm going to start this off, put a little bit of olive oil in there. We love olive oil because it just can't hurt you. And watch this. This is going to cook really fast. I floured it salt and peppered them, and that's all that I've done. So I'm going to drop those in, and you're going to see those cook. In the meantime, I'm going to do a side of green beans and tomatoes, so those are ready there. My pasta is already cooked. My red pepper and my yellow pepper both are cut up and have been stir-fried. You could also take this and roast these, and that'd be a terrific way to do it too. And use that fork. These are going to be cooking this fast. A little shake. And watch when I turn. It's just going to be terrific. There you go. You just want a little bit of browning because they are going to cook through so fast. Now, again, same thing with most foods. Don't cook this till it's just dry and awful because it really will not come off cross very well. So we've just got a few more minutes on that. I'm going to be adding let me get another plate. I'm going to be adding a little bit of cream for the sauce, and that's where the tarragon's going to go. And see, that is in pretty good shape. That's pretty exciting when it does that. So you can't do that on a little electric stove at home, guys. All right, we're going to pop that down, turn the heat down, and you're going to see, look how wonderful that is. That's exactly where we want it. We're going to set those right there and let them rest. And I'm going to first deglaze. Remember I said I like to cook with wine? We're going to deglaze that. And that's just going to take all those yummy juices off the bottom. And we're going to boil that until most of the alcohol is gone. Well, I guess all the alcohol's got to go away. It's going to go down. Always put your herbs in at the very last. If you put them in too early, you really won't get any flavors with it. It'll just dissipate and go away. And I think while that's cooking down, now over here, I've got my warming drawer, which everybody in the world should have. And actually, I need my towel here. Pull these out. My plates have been heating. Nothing worse than serving hot food on a cold plate because it just doesn't do very well. So as that cooks down, see that, and you see all the little bits and all that yummy stuff that's hooked on the bottom of the pan. Now I'm going to just pour in. Now this is whipping cream, and I know you guys are going, oh my God, that's awful. It's not. We're not going to use that much of it. Now you see how that's just getting a really nice glaze in there. And we're going to let that cook down just a little bit. And I'm actually going to start plating here. So what I do is just stab this. Now you see I did tri-colored pasta. And to hold it, I put a little olive oil in it. You can see it's stuck just a little bit. But I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to pull that out, and then I'm just going to give it a twist. And that's what I'm going to end up putting on the plate. Now remember, they've already had four courses, so we don't need a lot of this. And I just want to lay the red and yellow peppers over the top as a nice garnishment. And I want to finish that with just a little basil oil. You just take basil, you dredge it in hot water, and then you put it in the food processor, grind it up, put a little olive oil with it. We're going to use that just as a little bit of a dressing over the top. And we're going to put on the green beans. Like that. Look at our sauce. See what it's doing? It's almost perfect at this point. The sauce is really turning out very nice. Get that. You see how that's starting to coat the bottom of the pan? And the reason you use whipping cream, if you used anything else, it starts separating at this heat. So we want that, and we're just really taking all of the moisture out of it and leaving that yummy, real thick cream in there. And then what I'm going to do is drop this on the plate here. So when my tarragon goes in, give it a swirl. And that's really, oh my gosh. If you could smell that right now, it's perfect. Always a little salt, always a little bit of pepper. Just a little bit. Always put your salt in at the very end because if you put it in too soon, it's going to caramelize. Now look what we did. Took that all the way down. And this is all I've got to do to finish this off. We have a little mess here. We always got to have clean plates. You take a little bit of a mess. And there's what they get as the next course. We have turkey breast, tarragon dressing. We got the pasta, red peppers, a little bit of the green beans. Beautiful plate. I got to do 5 more, so I got to take this one up so they can start eating. Okay, here's the deal. Look at my last 2 courses, and look at this. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a fig tort that we put a fig glaze on top of it. It has 2 figs that we baked and actually put into a wine reduction. And we're going to serve this with an really great Sauterne wine, which is a little bit sweet, so it's going to balance out this fig. They're going to have a great last meal. They've had a terrific night tonight. This is the last course that we have to serve. I've had a perfect day. I've got to decorate. I've got to come in and fix an entire meal. I've got to entertain these people. They're having so much fun. This is what we do. We know how to pull and bring everything together at Rustin Martin and down here at Ashley Bailey Custom Cabinets. My entire staff understands entertaining and lifestyles, and they understand how you want to live, and this is what we do. It's not that difficult. You saw by the table decorations and how we set the room up, it's not a real big deal at all to do. So don't worry about it. Buy the right utensils, get the right cooking equipment, get the right designers to help you plan out your whole house, and guess what? You're gonna end up with a great night like these people have had. I've gotta go serve this last meal. You watch for us next time, okay?